All right, and we are live. Hello, everyone. This is a reunion that just happened, and everyone's been waiting for.
Oh, shit.
At least I like to think so. But yes, we are finally back, the MTVM Podcast, temporarily, to do this list of the top 10 best songs of 2018. Now, I know mostly my content is movie-related, but today I wanted to do the best songs of 2018 because I felt like, in particular, this year was really good for music. A lot of great songs. And I was talking with these guys earlier before I started the broadcast saying how hard this list was to do because there was just a lot of music and a lot of different varieties of songs you can pick out of. And yeah, there's like a lot of songs that are not on my list, but we'll get to that in a little bit. First and foremost, I'm very glad to have these gentlemen back on my channel. Definitely feels good to do another podcast with them. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun. We all said that we were confident in our choices of music, that we made for this list. And yeah, I can't wait. So any of you guys can start the introductions for.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Film Panel 599 here again, and we're back. One night only. The band is back together. The trio themselves, Diego Coya, Andrew Hayes, and Film Panel 599, the MTVM Podcast. We are here for the top 10 best songs of 2018. Oh boy, I'm excited to hear what our lists are going to be. Well, I already know what my list is because I made my own damn list, but I'm excited to hear the other two's list because, I'm always interested to see what, each other, what we like and shit. So here we go.
Yes.
Is this going to be like a D-Generation X type of thing where we get together once a year? And it's like just a reunion, a one-time thing that is special. Like
maybe,
is the
maybe not. I haven't decided.
But today it is not the MTVM podcast. It is just the M podcast because we are going to strictly be talking about music.
Yes.
Yes, that is a very good point. All right, so now. A couple of things before we start to list. First off, let me say hello to people in the live chat. We have Aaliyah, Asus, and Gary Rucker. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Okay, so a couple of things before we start doing the list. Number one, like always, I'll have this full list of the MTVM Best Song of 2018 list on my Spotify account, and I'll go over details of that at the end of the podcast. And another thing, just keep in mind, and I think I can speak for Andrew and Double Nine for this as well, we haven't listened to every song in 2018. So I haven't listened to every album, every soundtrack, every artist, because I have a life, and I just don't listen to every damn song that comes out every year. So if there's a song you love that's not on my list or any of these gentlemen's lists, we apologize in advance. If you feel that bad about it, make your own list. It's what all the cool kids are doing. So, unless you guys have anything else you want to say,
and it will still be the same. Like if we have the same number 10, we talk about both and stuff like that. Like
yes, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, so same rules apply as before. If you have the same number 10 as I do, or number 8 or whatever, just jump into conversation.
I guarantee neither of you know what my number 10 is, but okay.
Yeah, and
and
I feel like there's like one song that I feel like that's not on many people's list just in general. So
no, there's I would say there's at least 2 songs on my list that probably aren't gonna align with either of you.
But that's what's great.
I think I may know what he's talking about.
That Spotify list is gonna have a lot of songs. It's gonna have a lot of different varieties. So.
I think this might have the most songs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Last year had a lot of songs on the list.
No, it did, but I feel like this list is gonna outgrow that.
Yeah.
Like for sure. All right. So Gary Rucker says, I can't wait to hear Venom by Eminem on all your lists. Well, we'll see if it's on my list or any of these 2 lists.
Venom!
Yeah. Even though I have a good feeling of what the answer might be to that, Gary. So
yes.
All right. Okay. So let's get started. So here's how it'll go. I'll go first. Double Nine, you go second. Andrew, you go third. All right. All right, number 10. My number 10 is one of the most popular songs of the year. That is Sicko Mode by Travis Scott. Now, Sicko Mode comes off the album Astroworld. Now, here's something that you guys need to know about me and Travis Scott. I have not really listened to any of Travis Scott's other music other than this album. The only song I knew prior to Astroworld was the song Big Shot on a Black Panther album. Other than that, I'm not really familiar with his music. Just this album. So I listened to this album because a good friend of mine recommended it to me. She praised it very highly. So after listening to it, I really dug the album. But the one song that stuck out to me was this song, Sicko Mode. Sicko Mode is by Travis Scott. It contains backup vocals by people like Drake, Sway, and Big Hawk. What I like about the song is, one, it's very catchy, and two, it's very unpredictable. And what I mean by that is that the first 50 seconds or 45 seconds, it goes in one direction. Then out of nowhere, when Drake said Sicko Mode, the beat changes completely, and then it goes a different way. Then, like, near the end, the beat changes again, and it's like the song, as the song goes on, it just gets better and better. And the song is like 5 minutes long, I believe. And it just, like I said, it keeps getting better and better, and you just don't know how it's going to go. It's also a fun fact about this song. It was actually Travis Scott's first song on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. And this is also I think it's the most popular song too, if I'm not mistaken. It's either this or Stargazing. I'm pretty sure it's this. But in any case, I can see why it's the most popular song. It's an awesome rap song. I've heard it many times on the radio, but even despite the fact that I've heard it so many times, I still love it each time I hear it. And it's undoubtedly one of my favorite songs of the year. It's only my number 10, but as I stated with these gentlemen before I started the broadcast, all these 10 songs, at least on my list, I absolutely love. An argument can be made that any of them could be number 1. But this is my number 10. And why? Because it's just not one of the songs I prefer. But this is a fantastic rap song and a really good song by Travis Scott. I think he's a great artist from what I've heard. I had to listen to his other albums at some point. But Sicko Mode is my number 10. Great song.
All right. My number 10 is Levitate by 21 Pilots. This song is off of their latest album, Trench. I think it's probably the best album they've done to date, to be quite honest. And Levitate is my favorite song off of that album. This is 2.5 minutes long, and literally, all it is just a drum beat, and literally Tyler Joseph, who is the lead singer of the band, just going at it, and it's amazing. I love a lot of the verses and the lyrics that he is spitting on the song. It's incredible, and he just goes into it, and that drum beat in the background really adds a lot to it, and I just think it's a really fantastic song, especially for how short it is. It packs a punch so much for the little time that's given, and I absolutely love it a lot. And this was only the second track on the album, and it was able to still be my favorite track going through the entire album, and re-listening to that album, it still remains my favorite track off that album. It's absolutely incredible, and it's one of my favorite songs of the whole year, and it deserves to come in as my number 10.
All right, awesome. Andrew, what is your number 10?
Now, let me just explain something real quick. I was debating on putting this song on my list because I had questioned. Well, okay, so for those who don't know, I'm a huge WWE fan, huge wrestling fan. I love a lot of the theme songs. I questioned whether I should put a theme song or not on. I came to the conclusion that yes, I should, because a theme song is a song after all. And I was going back and forth between two of them, and I ended up going with this one. My number 10 is Ricochet's theme, One and Only.
Nice.
I fucking love this song. It's honestly a very powerful song. Very in my opinion, a very emotional song. And I think a lot of that has to do with Ricochet himself. So I love how it starts with the piano, and then it gets to the One and Only, and then it goes into the guitar part and the rock part, and kind of rocking out. And it's one of my favorite themes right now. Definitely my favorite theme to come out this year, obviously. I only put one theme on here, so you don't have to worry about me getting too fucking crazy about that. But my number 10 is One and Only.
Okay, I will say this. If there was one WWE theme, because I was kind of going back and forth with that too, but there was just 10 other songs from this year that just kind of pushed it away. But if there was one WWE song that did have a chance of making my list, it was Shadow of a Setting Sun, Shinsuke Nakamura's theme song from this year. I just love I love Rise of the Rising Sun's previous theme, but I just like this one more, to be honest. I just like the more aggressive feeling with this one.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I was going back and forth between this one and Top 1%.
I'm in the top.
But as much of a banger as Top 1% is, I ultimately went with One and Only because I feel like One and Only is more emotional.
Yes, nice.
Yeah, I got to listen to that song at some point because I like I said I haven't watched WWE in almost 10 years, so all these theme songs I'm not familiar with. Yeah, sorry. So just to correct, because Aaliyah wasn't here for number 10. So my number 10 was Sicko Mode. Double Nine was Levitate, 21 Pilots, and Andrew was One and Only. From who?
Well, but the band, the people who do it they call CFOS. That's the name of the band.
Gotcha.
That does all the WWE themes now. But yeah, so it's pretty much Ricochet's theme is WWE.
Okay.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so that was our number 10. Now we're on to number 9. Number 9, Double Nine. I think you'll like this choice. My number 9 is "Break It to Me" by Muse.
Hey.
Now, "Break It to Me" is off of the Muse's recent album "Simulation Theory." A great album, by the way. And no, I'm not biased because yes, Muse is my favorite band, but I do think the album is genuinely very good, and I love all the songs. But the song that's my favorite is "Break It to Me." Now, yeah, I'll be honest. Is it the deepest song on the album? No, absolutely not. But it's my favorite because I don't know how to explain it.
It's just that guitar riff, man.
The beat. Yeah, not only that, but the chorus and how it ends when he says "oh" and then
Yeah, the high pitch, almost oh, dude, it's so amazing.
Oh yeah, and what I like about this album too, and specifically this song, it's very different from what Muse has done in the past.
Yeah,
it's kind of like experimental, and the chorus, the beat is all phenomenal, and the music video is very weird. So I mean, I don't know
very weird.
It's a very weird music video, but the song goes hard. I mean, you listen to the song and you're driving, and you just want to, you want to go with the beat, and it's
yes.
I love this song. I mean, every song on the Muse album I think is great, but this is the one that when I listened to it first, I'm like, this is my favorite song of the album. Like I said, is it the deepest song? No, but it still goes hard, and it's just great in every way. So "Break It to Me" by Muse is my number 9.
All right, my number 9 is "Over and Over and Over" by Jack White. This song just, oh man, as I like to call Jack White, guitar god, because that's what he basically is. And I just love how this song goes along, and that's what makes this song is that guitar. And the heavy distortion he has on it is really fantastic. I think it adds a lot to what the song is trying to present, because the song is called "Over and Over and Over," and what's really repeating in the beat is that guitar riff, and it's amazing. I really like how that goes along, especially with Jack White's vocal work and a lot of the lyrics that are presented in that song, and it's really incredible. I really dug his last album, Boarding House Reach, but I really do think "Over and Over" was really the standout track from that album, and was the standout track, one of the standout tracks this year, to be honest. So, yeah, my number 9 is "Over and Over and Over" by Jack White.
Okay, great choice. Andrew, what's your number 9?
Now, my number 9, am I surprised that it made my list? Absolutely not. But I'm kind of surprised it's as low as it is. I love it, but even though I love 8 songs more, I still love it to death. That is "This Is America" by Childish Gambino.
Nice.
Again, I expect this to be a higher on a lot of other people's lists, and just on a lot of people's list in general. I feel like, when talking about songs, like best songs of 2018, one of the ones that immediately come to mind, at least for me, is "This Is America." It is a great song. If anybody had it as their number 1, I could completely understand. Because that's how great the song is. But what I love about the song is just not only is the lyrics and the music and whatnot all great, but I love the meaning behind the song and just how this song is very deep in my opinion, and just I feel like it can mean so many different things to so many different people, and that's what I love about it, or that's what adds to my love about it. But still, other than that, like it's a fucking bop. It's fucking one that I fucking love, and it has different tones throughout the whole song, and I feel like something like that could go so like horribly wrong, and just have the tones like clash, but the way Childish Gambino does it is brilliant, and the tones really blend well together. And this is again a song that I'm not surprised at all that made my list. When like I think of best songs of 2018, this was like one of the first ones that came to my mind. I'm kind of surprised it's as low as it is, but even though it is my number 9, I still love it.
Yep. All right. Oh, and sorry, Gary Rucker says to you, Andrew, thanks for putting my song on your list.
No problem.
All right, so that was our number 9. Now we're on to number 8. Now, my number 8 is an original song for a movie, and just to prepare you guys, there is a couple of best original songs on my list.
Cool.
So this is the first one on my list, and that is Revelation by Troye Sivan and John C.
This is from the Black Panther soundtrack, right?
Robin?
Oh, this is from the Black Panther soundtrack, right?
No, this is from Boy Erased.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else that has.
Oh, you're thinking of Redemption.
Oh yeah, I'm an idiot.
No, that's a really good song, but no, this is Revelation.
Okay.
And so this is a song for the movie Boy Erased, and the singer of the movie, Troye Sivan, he's also an actor in the film as well. So he wrote a couple of songs for the movie, and my favorite of the movie is definitely Revelation. Why? Because it's a beautiful song. And not only the way the piano sounds, but the lyrics too. The lyrics go perfectly well with the theme of the movie, which is something you're going to hear me say quite a bit when I'm talking about the original songs for their respective movies. But in this particular case, it does. I don't want to say, because there's a scene that Troye Sivan said in an interview that inspired him to make the song. And I know not many people have seen Boy Erased because it kind of had a limited release and a wide release for a little bit. The release thing was a little weird, so I know not everyone has seen it. But there's a certain scene that inspired him to make it, and I think that component makes this song stronger. And the movie is powerful too. I know it's been polarizing among film enthusiasts, but I thought it was great. And the film is about a kid who his parents sent him to a gay conversion therapy because he comes from a very religious family, and him being gay is against their beliefs. So you see the struggles that he goes through that conversion camp and all that stuff. And the song, I think, goes well with the theme of the movie. And again, it's kind of hard to really explain without people having seen it. But even if you haven't seen the movie, you just want to listen to the song, I think you can really appreciate the song because it's a very nice song. Troye Sivan's lyrics are very strong. The vocals are excellent. And it's just the piano playing is amazing. And I don't know if I can say it's a feel-good song, but it's a song that if you listen to, it'll put you in a positive mood, even though it kind of sounds not depressing, but not really the happiest song, if that makes sense. It's a beautiful song though. And if you haven't seen the movie or heard the song, I do one or the other because it's a great song.
Yeah, go out and support my boy Joel Edgerton, great director that made 2 great movies.
Yes. So number 8 is Revelation by Troye Sivan and John C.
Nice. All right, my number 8 is Reborn by Kids See Ghosts.
Okay, great.
I really dug this song a lot. My good buddy, as you all know, the ginger himself, Caden LaPlante, made me listen to the Kids See Ghosts album, and the one that stood out to me out of all the songs on that album was indeed Reborn. Reborn, I think, is really fantastic. The way the production sound on the song is really incredible. I really love how Kid Cudi's lyrics and vocal work is great on that song, especially when he's singing "Keep Moving Forward." It's really kind of uplifting in a way, to be honest. I really do think so. And when Kanye comes into the song too, he's really great. I just think it's a really fantastic tune, to be honest. And one I came back to multiple times after hearing that album. And I really do think it's a really fantastic song and it deserves to be on my list. So my number 8 is Reborn.
Nice. All right, Andrew, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is All Out Life by Slipknot. This song is a fucking banger and a half. I love how it starts. It starts with I don't even know what to call it, a synthesizer, I guess. And then the drums come in, then the guitar, and then the vocals. It's just kind of this crescendo of building up to something, and it's really fantastic. I love this song. It's such a banger. I'm a pretty big fan of Slipknot. So when I found out they came out with a new song, I was like, oh shit, Slipknot's back. And then the song, it delivered. I very excited to see, because correct me if I'm wrong, Double Nine, but aren't they coming out with an album next year?
Yes, this was the first single released for the new album that's coming out.
So I'm very excited to see what else is going to be off this album. If this song is a great song, and in my opinion, one of the best of 2018.
All right. So that is our number 8. Now we're on to number 7. My number 7 is a song from Childish Gambino, who delivers one of the best music videos of the year. That is Feels Like Summer. Feels Like Summer, like I said, the music video here is fantastic. And the song is so catchy. And what I love a lot about this song is, one, what I like about Childish Gambino a lot is a lot of his songs sound different from each other. I mean, you listen to one song and another song, you'd be like, that's the same artist? Like, there's no way. And there's a couple of songs he came out with this year. One of them was This Is America, what Andrew talked about before. And Feels Like Summer. You put two and two, you put them together, and you're like, they don't sound the same at all. But that's what's great about him. And this song is nominated for Best R&B Song at the Grammys, and rightfully so. The song is very catchy, and what's great about the music video too, it's an animated music video, and it's Childish Gambino just walking, observing around, and you see a lot of celebrity cameos, and it'll be cool if you just watch it and just try to pick out every cameo you see and how many you can recognize. And similar to This Is America, now like I said, they're both different in the way they sound and pretty much in almost every department. But one thing that I liked, that I can see the similarities between the two, is that basically he's basically saying how we're distracted by pop culture when there's real problems going on. Such as, in this song in particular, he's talking about global warming, climate change, and in the video you see a bunch of things like Oprah braiding someone's hair, and how we're so focused on that, but not focused on real shit to focus on. So and I think Childish Gambino, similar to This Is America too, there are some things you can interpret in your own way, and how I feel like one viewing is not enough. That if you watch it more times, you'll catch more things as time goes on. And just listening to it, it's just so catchy. The chorus and the lyrics they're very deep. And yeah, I love this song. So Feels Like Summer by Childish Gambino is my number 7.
All right, my number 7 is Get Up by Shinedown. This is this is kind of one of those uplifting tunes, kind of one of those motivational songs, and I'm a sucker for that shit for the most part. I can be, and I really thought this is an amazing tune. When I first heard the album, I was like, "Watch, this is gonna be a hit for the band." I just know of it, and now this is becoming like a big hit for the band. Which I'm glad for, because this is like the best song off the album. I really love this song a lot. I really like the lyrics. The piano sounds great. I love it at the beginning where it's just like, get up, and, you know, you hear the piano, and then just building it up to like this kind of big chorus. It's kind of like almost like the lead singer is talking to you, telling you to get up, you know, telling you to fight your problems, you know, and stuff like that. And it's really fantastic. I really like that a lot. You know, it's almost like he's speaking to you, and it's great. And I really do think it's a very nice, uplifting tune. I could see how someone could be like, oh, it's kind of cheesy. It's kind of just your typical motivational song, but I really like how it's delivered here. And I think it's really phenomenal and really stuck out to me out of a lot of the songs that came out this year.
All right, nice. Andrew, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is Natural by Imagine Dragons.
Nice.
This is a song that I actually, it originally caught my attention. When I first found out about this song, I was listening to the radio, and there was a commercial for Alexa, the Amazon fucking thing that plays the music. Mm-hmm. And it starts off with the song, and it's like, play Imagine Dragons. And I go, the fuck's this song? I never heard of it, but it's really good. So I listened to it, and it quickly became one of my favorites of the year. It is awesome. I love the chorus in particular. I think the chorus is great. I mean, the vocals are great throughout. I personally think that right now, Imagine Dragons is one of the probably most consistent bands out there right now. I feel like every year they have at least one really, really good song, and Natural is no exception.
Yes.
All right, so that was our number 7. Now we're on to number 6. Number 6 is yet a best original song on my list, and that is Suspirium by Tom York.
Nice.
So this song is from the soundtrack of Suspiria. Arguably, no, I think it is the most polarizing film of the year. But here's the thing. I think one thing people agree on, whether you love it, hate it, whatever you think of this movie, I think people agree that Tom York's score is phenomenal in this movie. Because he not only does he write songs for this movie, but he does the score. So every music you hear is from Tom York. And it's so good. And this song, to me, as great as his other songs are in the soundtrack, this, to me, is my favorite. You get to hear the song a couple of times during the movie. And it fits perfectly with the theme of the film. Now, this is a movie that, even if you've seen the original, if you have not seen this movie, you can't go in expecting that you know what's going on, because it's a very different movie from the original. So without spoiling anything, here's what I will say. It fits perfectly with the themes of the movie. Basically, it's about how the choices we encounter in our lives fulfill our desires. And that's all I can really say, but here's how I can say it from a technical standpoint. The piano is beautiful. The way the song flows as it goes on is perfect. And Tom York's vocals, to no one's surprise, is nothing short of phenomenal. So this is I don't know if this is going to be nominated for Best Original Song. I feel like Suspiria is going to be one of those movies that's going to be completely shut out by the Oscars. I hope not, because this song is deserving of a Best Original Song nomination. Not only because of the way it sounds, and not only because of how it fits with the themes of the movie, but the meaning of it, and how just in general, you look at it, it's a great song. So if you haven't listened to the song, I would highly recommend you do so. So Suspirium by Tom York is my number 6.
All right, my number 6 is Shit Mirror by 9 Inch Nails. This is the opening track off of my personal favorite album of the whole year, Bad Witch. And just hearing that reverb bass in the beginning, and just hearing Trent Reznor's vocals in the first verse of the song, and just the way it builds up, honestly, is really fantastic. And then once he sings the chorus for the first time, he goes into another verse, and then it does a silence for about a couple seconds. and then we hear him singing the chorus again, and we hear this like rapid, this drum beat going along with it. And the more he keeps on singing the chorus, the more the drum beat gets louder and more rapid. And that's what I like about it. And then this guitar comes like chiming into the middle of the song. And then Trent just starts screaming the lyrics, and it's amazing. Like, seriously, the way that this song builds and really builds tension and really sets up an atmosphere is really amazing. And that's why I could say a lot about this album as well. But really, there was nothing off of that album that I think could have came close to this song, in my opinion. As much as I do love other songs, obviously, it's my favorite album of the year, so I do love a lot of the other songs off of that album. But really, Shit Mirror to me just really drove it home for me. I really do think so. It really shows that Nine Inch Nails can still make great industrial rock music, and it really showed in that song.
Yeah, good choice. All right, Andrew, what is your number 6?
My number 6 is Blood by Breaking Benjamin.
That's
nice.
This song, talk about a fucking rockin' fucking song, man. But Breaking Benjamin is personally one of my favorite bands. And I feel like a lot of their songs, while like you could rock out to them, they're pretty emotional. And this one is no different. I think this is, in my opinion, one of the more deep and emotional songs of the year. It is my favorite one, obviously, from their new album, Ember. It's just a great song. Ever since the song came out, I want to say relatively, it came out with the album. It wasn't a single. But ever since the album dropped, I have listened to this song pretty much since it came out, and I have enjoyed it more and more each time.
Nice.
Yeah, that is definitely a great song. All right, so that was our number 6. Now we're on to number 5. My number 5 is a song Double Nine mentioned earlier. That is Reborn by Kids See Ghosts.
Hey!
Yeah. So I'm not gonna go too long because Double Nine said a lot of what I was gonna say, but here's what I'll add that I guess hasn't been added. For those of you who don't know, Kids See Ghost is an album, and they are Kanye West and Kid Cudi doing songs together. And like you, Double Nine, the song that stuck out to me the most off that album, very good album, is Reborn. Now, the reason why I love this song so much is because it's very personal. It's so personal. It's about Kid Cudi, who talks about his depression, Kanye West, who talks about his bipolar disorder, and how they've been dealing with it, but how they've also been overcoming, those struggles in life. And even the chorus, which is repeated many times during the song, talks about this. And I was looking at the YouTube comment section while listening to the song, and you can see countless comments saying how they were personally affected by the song and how they can relate to it in different ways. So even if you don't necessarily, you're not going through what they're going through, if you're going through something really big, I think the song can just, affect you in any way. And it's so personal, and it's not only is it really nice to listen to, but it's a very very emotional song, and it's great. And this was also highly praised by a lot of critics. I don't know if the song is nominated for anything at the Grammys, but if it's not, then that's a real shame, because this song is absolutely one of the best songs of the year. And I love it. I give it the highest praise. So, Reborn from Kids See Ghosts is my number 5.
Nice. All right, my number 5 is I Was Never There by The Weeknd.
Nice.
This song, honestly, it's one of those songs this year that just really affected me a lot. Honestly, like it just did. Like it just hit me so much, to be honest. Like just the way Abel is singing in the song, and just oh man, it's just so effective, to be honest. And I love it so much. It might be my favorite song he's done, to be honest. It really is, honestly. Like I just love everything about the song, from just the production to the lyrical performance. of you know, The Weeknd, Abel. He does a really phenomenal job in the song, and I just I thought Dear Melancholy was a pretty good EP or album. I'm not so sure what they're calling it now, but really, I Was Never There just really stuck out to me the most off of anything on that EP, and really a song I came back to a lot throughout the year. And you know, obviously, it's a top tier favorite. It's in my top 5. I really love this song a ton, and it definitely deserves to be on my list.
Yep, I agree. All right, Andrew, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is an original song made for a movie, and that is Ashes by Celine Dion, made for Deadpool. I love just the whole concept of, like, the intro to Deadpool 2 is probably one of my favorite things about the movie. Because it's mocking James Bond. And I mean, there are some like really cool James Bond like intros and songs, but I don't know. I just, Writing on the Wall kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. I mean, it's not a bad song by any means, but it's fine. So like, we get this song, and this is the way better Bond song than that, and it's not even for a James Bond movie, which I find hilarious. But I feel like if like I heard the song and you told me, hey, this is for a James Bond movie, I would 100% believe it. It really fits into that. But other than that, it's like a really just emotional song, very deep. I love Celine Dion's vocals in this, especially the chorus. It kind of reminds me a lot of Skyfall, which I like because Skyfall is one of my favorite Bond songs. Ashes, my number 5.
Nice.
I'm very disappointed that it's not on a short list for best.
Yeah, because it really should be.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be like a shoe-in for best original song, honestly. But I guess it's not.
I guess I swear to Christ, I swear, if it was a Bond, like for a Bond movie, it'd probably fucking be one of the ones nominated.
Yeah, probably. All right, so that was our number 5. Now we're on to number 4. Number 4 is yet another original song for a movie.
Nice.
And that is Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Nice.
Now, the Star is Born soundtrack is my favorite soundtrack of the year, without question. Every song is great. If you tell me a song that's not Shallow is your favorite, believe me, I completely understand. But this, to me, is the one that sticks out the most. And I am very confident this is going to win Best Original Song at the Oscars. But anyway,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, why do I love this song? Well, lyrics are so well written. It's a lovely song, and if you've watched the movie, it's better if you hear the song for the first time when you watch the movie, because the first act kind of foreshadows that scene where you hear Shallow for the first time, which brings to one of the best scenes of the entire movie, one of the best scenes of the year, if I'm being honest. And it just shows how Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, both of them together, they sound perfect. I don't know why there are people who are saying Bradley Cooper's vocals are average. I am one of those people who disagree with that statement. I think he's great at singing, and he's practiced for so many hours. Like it's been stated in interviews that that he would practice like 6 months, 5 days, like 20 hours a week for 6 months, just practicing singing. And yeah, I think the duet is perfect. The song is lovely. When Lady Gaga comes in, especially at the end when she goes really high, it's just a powerhouse. So yeah, Shallow is an absolutely terrific song. It's going to win Best Original Song. If it doesn't, I'm going to be so surprised, but it's going to win. There's no way it's not. So Shallow is my number 4 from Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Terrific song.
All right, my number 4 is This Is America by Childish Gambino. This song is what Diego talked about with Sicko Mode. I feel is the same for this. This song is very unpredictable. It goes one way, like at first it's going one way. It's kind of happy and kind of cheerful at first, but then all of a sudden it just gets kind of horrifying. And it's really amazing. And it talks about some really big issues that's happening in America, which is, really sad. But, it really drives home its message perfectly, in my opinion. I think it does a really great job because what I think kind of it entails is like when it's kind of all happy and joyful, it's like kind of like he's trying to say like this is how everyone's sugarcoating everything, and then once the chorus hits, that's when he's like, this is what's actually happening. This is America. And I think it's really fantastic. I think it's a very important song, especially for what's happening right now. I think it's really amazing. And definitely, I definitely can't argue someone who does think this is the best song of the year because it's really incredible. There are just three more that I like more personally, but it's a really fantastic song. It deserves to be like very high up on my list.
Yes, indeed. Andrew, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Thought Simulation. Thought Contingent by Muse. I was going to say fucking Simulation Theory, but just
that's the name of the album.
Yeah, I know, but I went to go say the name of the album, but I instead said the name of the fucking song. It was this whole fucking messed up fucking thing. But Thought Contagion from Simulation Theory is my number 4. It is one of my favorite Muse songs, to be honest, and it is my favorite one from the album. Simulation Theory is personally my favorite album of the year. I think
nice.
The album is just great all around, and this is my favorite. I believe, I don't know when this was released, but this was released very early in the year. If memory, February, yeah. So I've been listening to the song for quite some time now, and I've listened to the album multiple times, and this remains to be my favorite one, and remains to be one of my favorite songs of the year. I love how it starts off with the bass, and then the keyboard, and then the vocals are great, but none of that surprises me, and just everything is great about the song. It is a song, another great Muse song, and one of the best of 2018.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best songs of that album too. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So that was our number 4. Now we're on to number 3. So this is the last best original song on my list, I promise. And this is the song that I said before that I don't think is going to be on many people's list. That's fine. My number 3 is The Big Unknown by Sade. This song is for the movie Widows, and it plays in the end credits. But the song I heard the song before I saw the movie, and that's because of Kevin Falk. But this song is phenomenal. First of all, that should be no surprise because Sade is one of the best female singers ever. And she came out with another song earlier this year too for the movie A Wrinkle in Time, but we don't talk about that movie. Better than that song. And so what I like about this song is that, for one, the piano in the beginning, it starts off very slow and very dramatic, and then as it goes on, it gets a little faster, and then it just goes really. The song is basically goes with the theme of the movie, which is the struggle these women are going through after they lost their husbands and how they have to pull off this heist. And the reason why she said she did this song for this movie was because she was very inspired by the project, and she delivered one of the best songs of the year. This song is on the short list for Best Original Song. I don't know if it's going to get nominated. I really hope it does, though. I mean, if I were at the Academy, I would choose this and pick it to win because I just think it's the Best Original Song of the year. But it's phenomenal. And I know not Widows has been a box office bomb. Not many people have seen Widows. So if you have no interest in seeing Widows, that's fine, I guess. But at least listen to the song. Song is great. And that is why The Big Unknown from Sade is my number 3.
All right, my number 3 is Pressure by Muse.
Awesome song. Yeah.
Nice.
I love how we all had all three different songs from the album. I love that. But for me, the best song off that album was Pressure. I love this song so much. I actually did not listen to this song before the album's release because I had listened to too many songs before the album's released. So I was like, all right, I'm going to wait for this one. And I'm glad I did because I liked how it was with the first listen. And immediately when I heard that guitar into the beginning, I was like, this is going to be something special. And then throughout the entirety of the song, it's just a jam to listen to with that guitar. Those trumpets that you hear in the song are amazing. I really loved it. Just kind of, even though the lyrical content, even though it's kind of fun, jumpy around, the lyrical content is actually kind of disturbing because it's kind of like someone being pressured, like being worried, and it's basically what it is. Because if you don't know what the song is basically about, it's about how Matt feels pressured by fans to go back to like their older sound and basically just make what they want to make, and just feeling all this pressure and needing to please everybody. And I really do think it's executed very well here, especially in the chorus. One of my favorite elements of the song is kind of that heavy, dirty bass, and also Chris's backup vocals that go pressure building, and I think it's really amazing. It's just a fantastic song overall. If there was one other song that did have kind of competition with this, it was Blockades, which I think is another phenomenal song off that album. But Pressure for me was the stick out song from that album, and a song that even though it's only been out for only a month, well, it's been out for like 2 months, but if you want to talk about just what the album, it's only been out for a month, but in that month, it's just been, I've just come back to it so many times. It's just easily one of the just most earworm songs of the entire year.
Yeah, I agree. That is a great one. Also one of the best songs on the album, too. All right, Andrew, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is my only other original song from a movie on my list, and that is Shallow from A Star Is Born. I'm not going to say too much about this because Diego mentioned it all pretty much, but this song, it's really fucking emotional, and it's really deep. I love the vocals. I love the guitar playing. Lady Gaga in particular blows me away in this song. I mean, Bradley Cooper is great in his own right, but I mean, Lady Gaga just blows me away in this song. And yeah, just Shallow is my number 3.
All right, so now we're on to number 2. So I kept on switching my number 1 and 2 back and forth a lot of times. Like a lot of times. Some days I was like, my number 2 is my number 1, my number 1 is my number 2, and it was a struggle, but I finalized it finally, and I just love these 2 songs so much. So let's talk about the first one, my number 2. And that was the song Double Nine mentioned earlier, I Was Never There by The Weeknd.
Nice.
This, to me, is my favorite song from The Weeknd, hands down. And I think he's a very good artist, but to me, this is the one that's impacted me the most emotional, and I cannot stop listening to it. Ever since the album came out, or EP, I think people say EPs, maybe the album. I'll say album for this podcast. Since the album came out, that is the one song I have heard the most. I hear this song a couple times a week at least. And I actually really like the album. I think the album is great. And I know the most popular song is Call Out My Name, which is a great song. But to me, all the songs are very emotional because it's about him going through a breakup. But this is the most emotional out of all of them, in my opinion, the way I see it. It's very – you can really hear the pain that The Weeknd is singing as he's singing the song. And the change-up, and, like, it's like the 2-minute – I heard this song so many times I can tell you the minute, like the beat.
Yeah.
That is 2 minutes and 15 seconds. When the beat changes, it is perfection.
Yes.
It is like – it's perfection. And it just goes hard. And then the chorus at the end – I can talk about the song for a long-ass time, but I'm not going to do that because I absolutely love the song. It is the best song from The Weeknd, in my opinion, and it is one of the absolute best songs of the year. I love it so much. It's emotional, but I love it. I Was Never There is my number 2.
All right, my number 2 is Blood by Breaking Benjamin. For the longest time, this was actually my favorite song of the whole year for the longest time. Actually, this was released as a single. Andrew, it was released like at the end of like February.
No,
so,
okay.
So yeah, I had this song for the longest time as my number one. This song is just pure perfection. This is like everything a rock song should be, to be honest. I really love the guitar into the beginning, like that. It just starts off, and then you hear all the instruments come in. But really, what hits this song home for me is that lyrical content in the song and what it talks about. To me, Ember is Breaking Benjamin's best album lyrically, in my opinion. I think a lot of the lyrics off that album are very fantastic, and they're shown the most here. Basically, the song is talking about someone who it's in their blood. They can't control who they are. This is just them. And just really the self-destruction of that person. And it just shows in the song, and the way Benjamin Burley executes that with his vocal work is fantastic. And the instrumentation, too, really drives it home as well. It's really phenomenal. The bass, the guitar, the drums, everything just comes together nicely. And then when it explodes into that chorus, it's amazing. Like, you just can't help to feel, but just to rock the hell out to it, because it is so fantastic, and it's just pure perfection, in my opinion. I can't express honestly how much I love this song. It is very close to being my favorite song of the year, but there was just one other song that beat it out. But this is just phenomenal. If you haven't heard this song, you need to. It's phenomenal.
All right. And what is your number two?
My number two, I mean, you guys gotta expect this to be on my fucking list this high. It's Walk With Me by Elias.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be your number one. Oh,
no,
shit.
Yeah. There was another song that I listened to later on in the year that became my number one.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Walk With Me by Elias is my number two. Is it the most deep song in the world? Of course it isn't. It's not, but I just can't help but fucking love this song. I love the guitar playing in this is great, and the vocals in this are pretty great too. I love how it's really, I mean, he's the face now, but I mean, it really fits with his character. Especially the one line that always sticks with me is when he says, "I don't know where you're going, but I know where I'm gonna be." And he's pretty much saying, "Come with me, and like, you better walk with me, because I'm gonna be something, and I am something. And I can only get bigger." And I just love this song. Just, it's so much fun for me to listen to.
Yeah, I've actually listened to that one earlier in the year, and yeah, I liked it too. All right, so now we're on to number one, our favorite songs of 2018. All right, my number one, it's been mentioned by both of you. That is This Is America by Childish Gambino.
Nice.
When I heard this song for the first time, I thought this is going to be hard to top this as my favorite song of the year. And I Was Never There was very close to doing so, but I have to give it to this one. One, because, like you guys said, the song is very important. It's one of the deepest songs I've heard, one of the most relevant songs, too, especially with the time we're living in now. And I think, and to me, it hands down has the best music video of the year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Like, the music video is a work of art. And similar to Feels Like Summer, you know, he talks about, well, there's different ways you can interpret this video. Like, you go online and see what is the meaning. You'll find different websites and different sources that will lead you to, that will lead you to read on what this video could mean to other people. But there's a lot of symbolism, metaphors, and crazy shit going on. Like, you have people from a church being murdered by Childish Gambino with the machine gun. You got people committing suicide in the background, jumping off a building. And you got all these symbolisms of racism going on, and just how this is America, how, America is at this current state. And the song is just really catchy, too. It goes hard. You listen to it, even without, I would recommend, because I don't know if anyone who's watching now has even heard of the song, but if you haven't, what I would recommend is watching the music video first, because that's the most impactful when you listen to it. even without watching the music video, if you just listen to it like in your car or if you just in your bed doing whatever, listening to it with your earphones, you can still really appreciate the song without having watching the video. It's a work of art. I really hope this wins best song of the year at the Grammys, which it has a very good chance of doing so. I just don't want the middle to win because I don't think that song is that good. Sorry. But yeah.
Now it's going to God's plan. Mark my words.
No, I hope. I don't think that song is that. But that's a different conversation. But yeah, This Is America is my number one. All right, Double Nine. What's your favorite song of the year?
All right, my number one, my favorite song of 2018 is "All Out Life" by Slipknot. It was tough. Like I said, "Blood" was my favorite song for the good majority of this year. Then October 31st, Halloween itself, Slipknot decided to drop. Slipknot just came in. We're like, we're back, bitches, and created one of maybe the greatest metal songs I have ever heard in my entire life. To be honest, this is perfection. This is almost 6 minutes, and I don't even feel that's enough. Like, everything that is going on in this song is just, it's fantastic. It's almost like an outcry, this song. And Slipknot is known for that. They're known for making songs that are kind of like outcry songs, kind of like, rallying up everybody, and that's why I feel like this song is. And combining their old sound along with their new sound, it just meshing so perfectly together is so fantastic. Like the drumming, the guitar, Corey's vocal work, the lyrics, everything about this song is perfection, in my opinion. Everything you could possibly, not just want in a metal song, a rock song, just a song in general is absolutely incredible. And this is, I think, one of the best things the band has ever released, honestly. And I don't always say that about like the first things that are released firsthand with stuff like this, but my God Almighty, did they just want to make their statement to show that they are back? Like, what a way to do so. My God Almighty, like, this song, hands down, is the best song I have heard all year. And if this is only a taste of what are we getting with this album, we are not fucking ready, okay? Seriously, like, if there's one, easily, without question, my most anticipated album of next year is Slipknot's 6th album. I need this shit, and All Out Life just makes me want it even more. So, without question, All Out Life by Slipknot is my favorite song of 2018.
All right. Awesome. That almost made my list, too, but unfortunately,
nice.
But it was very close. Like I said, it was a very hard list to make.
Yeah.
Well, it was a very hard list.
All right, Andrew, what's your favorite? Because I really thought your number 2 was the number 1, but apparently not. So what's your number 1?
My number 1 is High Hopes by Panic at the Disco.
Nice.
I've actually not heard of that song, so I got to listen.
It's a great one. I adore this song. I mean, obviously, it's my number 1. But what I love about this song is how great of a mood it puts me in. Like, I could probably be in the shittiest of moods. This song comes on, and it puts me in a great mood because it's one of those songs that that's the purpose of it. Brandon Urie made this song. It's I forget the exact what he said, but it's like I don't want to say an uprising song because that's definitely not what it is. But it's basically one that is uplifting, supposed to like get you like not riled up, but kind of like get you
motivated
and shit. And that's what I love about this song. I mean, he's a great singer, probably one of the best male singers of this generation. And his vocals in this are great. I love how like it starts off with the chorus and like he starts off really high and then really his vocals in like the verses are just as great. And I love the instrumentation he does. I mean, it's only himself now. It's only himself as Panic as the Disco. So he's playing all the trumpets that are in there, all the guitar that's in there, the piano that's in. He's doing everything. So it's pretty amazing the amount of work he put into the song, and I think it really pays off because, in my opinion, it is the best song of 2018.
All right, like I said, I got to listen to that song. I haven't heard it. All right, so that was our list of our top 10 best songs of 2018. Cool. And yes, there's a lot of songs. I have a lot of songs written down. There's like 23 songs, I believe, that will be on the list. Do you guys want to talk about some songs that didn't make your list, but you're shocked?
Just some songs that didn't make my list. Sicko Mode actually didn't make my list. That's a great song. King's Dead is my personal favorite song off the Black Panther soundtrack. I've been listening to that a lot recently as well. That didn't make my list. One that I discovered few days ago was New Year's Eve by Pale Waves. I believe that's the band's name. That's a really great song if you haven't heard that one. Eat the Elephant by A Perfect Circle is a great one. There's definitely a lot that could have made my list, but just missed it.
What about you, Andrew? Any songs in particular surprising?
One that hasn't been mentioned there's two that weren't mentioned that were pretty close to making my list. The first one is Youngblood by 5 Seconds of Summer. I think that's a great, catchy song. And if it was on anybody's top 10 list, I could understand. And another one is No Brainer by DJ Khaled.
The song is actually very catchy. I'm not gonna lie.
I enjoy that song too. Yeah, I do.
That's such a catchy song.
Really
what is it? Justin Bieber, Chance the Rapper, and I believe Quavo's in.
Yes.
That's such a catchy song. Just missed my list. Another one that could have probably made my list was In My Feelings by Drake. I really do enjoy that song.
Nice.
So that's another one.
Some songs that didn't make my list, very close to, was actually Weezer's cover of Africa. That was very close.
Oh, that's another one.
There's a movie that came out called Hearts Beat Loud. And,
that's another one that just missed.
The song Everything Must Go was originally was on my list, but then I redid my list, and then it unfortunately just bumped out. Some songs you guys mentioned, like Blood, very close to making my list. All Out Life by Slipknot, also very close to making my list. I'll Never Love Again, which is also on A Star Is Born soundtrack, almost made my list. There's a lot of songs this year that could have easily made this top 10 list. So
another one that I want to mention is a cover of The Greatest Show, which is from The Greatest Showman. It was released this year. They released like a new album, all covers of the song by different artists. The one that I personally enjoyed the most from that one is actually also by Panic at the Disco, which is The Greatest Show. I think it's great. So the reason I didn't put on it because it was I did enjoy the other ones, and I'd rather have had all original than a cover. So,
yeah, no, and I understand that too. There's been a lot of great songs this year. So, yeah, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So, thank you guys so much for watching. So, a couple of things. One, what I'm going to do for Spotify is first things first. I'm going to put this whole list on Spotify. I'll do it after I end the podcast. And two, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to have my own top 10 songs on Spotify as well. So if you just want to listen to my top 10, that's fine too. I'll add that as well as this. If Double Nine and Andrew want to make their own top 10 list.
Yeah, I was going to do the same thing too. So
if you guys want to listen to just their songs. So just expect that. If you follow me on Spotify, or if you don't, I'll just post a link on Facebook or something. All right. So that's it for the podcast. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I got to say, I really like this list that is on here because it's a couple of songs I never listened to. So this will be kind of a first time listen for me for some of these songs, like Andrew's number one. And it was fun having you guys back on, kind of a little reunion. And and I do appreciate the live chat being a little active. I do apologize if I didn't acknowledge every comment. Sometimes when I talk or when they're talking, I want to focus on what they're saying, and it's kind of hard for me to multitask between reading this and then listen to what you guys are saying. So. Yeah, but I do appreciate you guys' comments. And, this YouTube channel will be active again. I know I'm done with school, for the semester. I have one more semester to go, then I graduate. But, it's going to be great. So the YouTube channel will be a little bit more active. So you guys have anything you want to say before I end the podcast?
Thank you all for watching. I appreciate this. Was fun doing this top 10 list with you guys. And yeah, this was a nice little mini reunion we did.
Yeah, indeed. All right, Andrew?
You could please go check out my YouTube channel, Just Andrew Hayes. I've been a little inactive on my movie reviews, but I also do wrestling reviews with my good pal here, Double Nine. We will be doing one soon of our top 10 matches of the year. Don't have a date for that because I still got a lot to rewatch. But I will have my top 10 movies of the year coming up hopefully this weekend. So that will be kind of my return to doing movie reviews.
And that shall be very exciting. All right, guys. So like I said, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. All right. Have a good one. Bye.